Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's Chris here with Castle Capital with another video. Today, we're going to be breaking down the E-mini futures contract. We're going to be starting it off with the monthly, going into our weekly, down into our daily time frame, and then into our intraday 30-minute time frame, where I will get into the nitty gritty of what occurred today on a trend day down. So far, what has been occurring over the last several weeks, several couple months. We've been consolidating on the monthly for quite some time. I have a monthly balance high of 43.2750 and my monthly balance low of 35.02. However, there was a little bit of a consolidation here between the months of November, December, and January. January being an inside month, we attempted to come out of that inside month to the upside. Getting above that 41.41 level from December's high was a key area that we needed to find acceptance over. However, with only a few trading days left in the month of February, it is not looking hot as an as an inside week, or excuse me, not inside week, inside month up. We are not finding much acceptance above that 41.41 level. That's what we're looking for, right? That's what buyers wanted to see. You wanted to see 41.41 level be accepted above and then continue up higher to potentially get this August high, which is my monthly balance high at 43.2750. If you were saying the monthly is one time framing up after breaking out of this little consolidation here, you are and you bought because of it, you're more than likely hurting as we are near the lows of the month so far. Still a couple trading days left to kind of bring this thing back in. However, after a day like today, and I'll show you on our weekly and daily time frames and down into the intraday, sellers were in control. It was slow and steady to the downside, but sellers were in control. So, monthly, looking like a nasty little hammer here going into the end of the month. Let's go into our weekly. Weekly, we had a balance, right? That 41.41 level was from that outside week down. We trended down two time for 2 weeks in a row, brought it back into a balance, broke out of that balance, or broke out of that weekly consolidation, however you want to look at it. I say balance, people say consolidation, same thing. But we broke out of this little consolidation area here, right? If it will click. In that area, we broke out and we've been trending up, one time framing up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row until last week, where we firmly put the weekly back into a 3 week balance. However, we went from up to balance, so you kind of had an idea that maybe we would be coming out of this balance to the downside as steam began to run out. Today we broke that balance low. I'm going to say that the weekly is one time frame and down. However, if you would like for more if you would like to wait for more confirmation tomorrow on Wednesday after the Fed minutes come out, and say that maybe we just stretched it because today's low was what was today's low? Was my thing not up there? Today's low was 4,002, right? And the balance low was 4,029.50. So 40.29.50 was the balance low. We got down to 40.09. So you can say we stretched it a little bit and still encompass maybe this whole thing as a balance, or you can say the weekly's one time framing down. For me, I'm saying the weekly's one time framing down. I think the buyers had their chance. Now let's see what the sellers can do. Now let's go into our daily. The daily time frame is also, for me, we broke out of that balance to the downside. Now the balance, or now the daily is one time frame and down for me. Some people said after we broke this 69 level that we began one time framing down, but for me, we are firmly one time framing down and below the 20-day moving average 3 days in a row now. We got near the 50-day moving average was down here at 39.98. We got near it, but didn't quite get to it. We did break out of our daily balance zone You would like to see some continuation, and you would like to see volume begin to pick up. We did not see that today. Volume did not pick up. So that's one thing to note. So we've been setting higher lows and higher highs for the majority of this year so far, right? Since the start of the 2023 year, we've been setting higher highs, higher lows, depending on however you want to put your trend line. You can set it here or you can set it here. But that's been the occurrence over the past several months, several weeks. Do we finally break that little trend and go back to what we've been doing since last year, which is trending downward? That is a good possibility. So far, daily's one time frame and down, meaning we've been taking out previous days lows. So we've been doing that 3 days in a row now. Firmly balanced low has been broken, one time frame and down on the daily. Tomorrow you'd like to see that happen. Let's go into our 30-minute time frame and review what happened here. So this is just going to be our plain Jane profile. I'm going to have to go back more than, bear with me real quick while I get this more than 10 days. Would like to be at least 90. All right. So as you can see, over the past several weeks, we've been consolidating up here, right? All the inventory that was being absorbed down here, just to show you guys how the market works. All the inventory that was being absorbed down here trended up, continued to get distributed up. I cannot speak today. Let me breathe. uh, all this inventory got distributed at higher prices, continued to move higher, and then we found an area where sellers were more present, right? Now, it was absorbed here and then got distributed up here. Now that's being distributed up here, you want to see the value begin to rotate lower, maybe back into this previous cost basis down here in the 3084 level. So that's just kind of showing you the larger picture of what's been happening in our 30-day or in our 30-minute time frames. So all this inventory got absorbed down here and been distributed up here. Now the sellers that have been selling up here and people that have been trapped or that got trapped long up here, because you got trapped shorts down here that provide the bid to help us move up higher, and then momentum buying, of course. And then up here you get trapped shorts, trapped sellers, and then obviously anybody that did buy down here is distributing up at higher prices if they're big time swing traders. They begin to get out of their positions, so that increases supply, right, in inventory. And then you have short sellers that step into the market. They increase the supply of the inventory. And then anybody that is buying up here, they begin to get hurt as value starts to move lower and lower. So once that begins to happen, what happens? The market begins to move down lower. Value begins to move down lower, like we've been seeing over the past several days. And then today with the trend day down. I'm gonna bring up our just the balance area just to kind of show you. So this was the balance area, the area of consolidation we've been in for the past several days, several weeks. And today we finally broke that area to the downside. So, and in doing so, we did it with a gap below the previous day's low. So we gapped lower, value was completely lower. We filled the gap, so didn't hold it initially. And then we began to one time frame down all day long. What does that mean? It means the 30-minute time frame was taking out previous time frames lows. So we were setting lower lows on the day all day long. We did not stop setting lower lows on the day until G period, and then after that we resumed it, and then didn't set lower lows on the day in K period, and then resumed it in M as it was a reversal bar. So that is what occurred today. After breaking the balance low, initially around this 4029 level, there was a lot of absorption going on as we couldn't really move to the downside in a very fashionable manner. However, we did attempt to go trend a few times during the day. So going trend means we're holding single prints. And you may ask, what are single prints? Well, single prints are a form of an intraday gap, and I'm about to show you. So here in A and in B period, you have what is a double print. So basically just saying that two time frames went through these price points. So two time frames went through those price points. Same thing in B and in C period. B period, that 30-minute time frame. C period, that 30-minute time frame. Same thing between 40 and 40 29 50 was a double print, right? Same thing in D period and C period, from D's high at 40 31 to C's low of 40 27 was a double print. And then you have in D period where the single prints began. So after you had the double print stop at that 40 27 level, you only had one time frame go through the prices between 40 27 and 40 25 25. So you see how here and here you had price points, right, that were visited by all these time frames, and then only D period went through this time frame. That is a single print. That is a form of an intraday gap, meaning buyers got caught there, so there should be supply whenever you push back up into that area. So that is what occurred in E period. We pushed back up, had supply, we rolled back over, and we attempted to go trend later in the day in H period when we set new lows on the day, but that got filled later in M period. So, but prior to that, we attempted to go trend twice, and then we eventually did. So that is a form of an intraday gap. And that'll be an area for us to look at whenever, if we were to rotate back up into that area. It also creates what is known as a double distribution day. So the upper distribution is A's high to until C's low, and then from E's high to the day's low is the lower distribution. So you got a double distribution. So everything that was sold up here got absorbed down here. So inventory was up here short, got absorbed down here as they began to get out of their positions, and it was being bought back. That is what occurred in our intraday. Let's go over our destinations though. So you can see that we filled our gap. We gapped lower. Gap opening was at 44. Excuse me. What was it? 40, 45, 25 was where we opened up. We pushed down lower. Didn't get much. Came back, filled the gap. So we still have a naked 10Y point of control up here. So that is an upside destination. So if we were to, however, take back this trend day and get above the day's high, you'll look to revisit that 40, 68, 50 area. But for now, we are a trend day. It was a trend day down. You want to look to see if we can get some type of continuation to the downside. We took out that daily low from the 1st of February, 40, 48, 50. B period takes out A's low. We continue lower. We get that low of day at 40, 33, 25. That destination's gone. Then here's our balance low. Also the low of day from the 30th of January, the 40, 29 area. We got it. I'm going to keep it marked there, and we'll label it red this time around because that is a pretty significant area. Then we got the low of day in D period after we finally broke the balance low. We got some acceleration to the downside in D. We got 40, 27, 25 low of day from the 26th of January. And then we continue to grind lower into this set of single prints back from the 25th. You see here, set of single prints in H period from that day. So intraday gap, it got filled. Just like any gap on a daily chart, on a weekly chart, at some point, price revisits and fills those areas in. So that's what occurred today. As we came back to the downside, it became a target for us to look to see if we had enough supply to fill this area where there was a lot of demand. And that is what happened. So we came in and we filled that in with volume. As you can see here, we have a pretty good volume node, and we chopped around a little bit inside that area after filling in J and K period, right? J period pulled into it, K period continued, and we filled that set of single prints. After that, selling ceased and we didn't do much. The next downside destination from there, that seemed like all the algorithms and short-term traders wanted to do. The next downside destination would have been the 50-day moving average, and then from the 50-day moving average down to that low of day, uh, and where the single prints start from a different day at 39.6325. So I know it was a mouthful. As far as my trading goes, I took 3 trades today and did well on the day. As I it's not gonna show it, but yeah, it will. Finished up on the day 476.12. Uh, Trade count it says 5, but that's the amount of contracts I traded. Um, on the day, traded 5 contracts, 6% win rate, and still ended up positive on the day. Made most of my money here in G period on the short up. So on the push up, I shorted, expecting an afternoon rally high, which would have been textbook considering we had this set of single prints. Here, textbook afternoon rally high, you either have a set of single prints above or below, uh, and that's what you look for as short covering comes into the market. As we've been pushing an E and F period, you didn't get much extension. You're looking for us to rotate up into a visual area, and that visual area just so happened to be the 144 on the 1 minute time frame here. So if I bring up my 1 minute chart, you can see that we have the 4029 level marked here, right? And then you have the 144 simple moving average. So in G and H period, as we curled back up to the to where the single prints were at the time, I can show you here. If you'll look at the bottom left screen, as we pulled up into the set, oh, that's not what I wanted to click. Pulled up into where the set of single prints started at 40.25. I was looking to get short near the 144 simple moving average. Ooh, I'm clicking all types of wrong things. Bear with me. So the short there was a beautiful short and is an afternoon rally high textbook. You also had the first standard deviation there. So as we came into it, I was looking to short and maybe even add up into where the single prints filled. I had my stop above the above I believe it was D's high, which was right around 40.3125. So as we pulled up, I would have added up into the 40.29, 40.30 level because I would have liked to see a rejection of the previous balance and move lower. However, I had a great short opportunity here. Great short opportunity against the 144 simple moving average and that first standard deviation. So as we came into it, I entered my position. 40.2275 is where I got entered. On a 2 lot, I was looking to add potentially more if we pushed up. I wanted to have ammo in the bag just in case. However, we began to roll over and I was comfortable just having my 2 on. And as we pulled back into the 40.18, 40.17 level, I exited my trade within this consolidation here. So I exited my trade. However, a lot of the times with the afternoon rally high, you tend to either visit the low of day or create a new low of day. And that is exactly what happened as we sold off from that high at 40.25 down to 4,002. Massive gain there. If you were somebody that held, literally nothing told me to get out of the trade other than me wanting to take profits because we had been one time framing down the entire time. Bear with me. Once again, I don't know how to work these charts. But after that short here, after that short in G and in H period, because it was a poor high, we came down, set a new low day in H period, and then began to continue lower. We even had a small set of single prints in H period, showing that sellers were strong. And then we continued to one time frame down in J, continued to one time frame down in K, where I could have targeted that single print fill as an out right around the 4006 level. So I could have caught more than just the 4 to 5 points on the day that I gained between those 2 contracts, and could have held out until the low. However, building a small account and not knowing exactly what the market wants to do and seeing that the tempo was pretty slow early on, I did not know if they would just pull down, get near the low, and then reverse back up. So I got out of the trade. Nothing wrong with that. All right. So that is one good trade that you can look forward to. Afternoon rally high. Let's go ahead and mark our destinations and get you guys out of here. So we got today's high of day at 56.25. 56.25 is our high day. From the 21st. High day. Then we have a set of single prints right here in D period. They start at 40.27 and they fill at, or they, excuse me, they fill at 40.27 and they start at 40.25.25 because they are an upside destination. You would start, they start at E's high and they get filled at C's low. So 40.27 is where the single prints fill because they are an upside destination. And then they start here at 25.25. Single print start. And then we have our afternoon rally high and poor highs here in G and H at 40.24. However, it may be a little redundant to say that this is an afternoon rally high because you have the single prints directly above. But I think it will be a good area to start a position if we were to push up into that and see if there are still sellers present. If so, you enter and then you're risking 3 points to the upside. Get out at 27 if you were to fill the set of single prints. You would get out and reassess. 24. And we're going to do a little bit weaker break here. But we do have an afternoon rally high. Textbook, even though it is close to the set of single prints, it is a textbook afternoon rally high. And then you have today's low of day down here at 4,002. No wide point of control. You just have today's low, the afternoon rally high, set of single prints, and then the day's high. But keep in mind that it was a double distribution day, so you'll treat each distribution as an individual day. So after I mark this, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So you would treat the lower distribution as an individual day. So from E's high to K's low is how you would treat it as one day. So you would treat E's high as the high of day for the lower distribution, and then you would treat the low of day as the low day for the lower distribution at 4,002. If you were to get above the afternoon rally high and fill the set of single prints, then you would look to be getting into the upper distribution or another day's range, right? So that upper distribution low would be 40.27, and the upper distribution high of day would be 40.56.25. So you would treat it as two separate days. However, tomorrow sellers want to see us set a new low, back test at 50, get below that, and then get some acceleration to the downside. Keep in mind we do have the Fed minutes out tomorrow. That may play an effect. However, we did break the balance low. You want to see us stay below that if you are a seller. You do not want to see us get back in and take back this trend day. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, use stops. Thanks for stopping by. If you do not mind, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you like the content. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.